This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You look at this Packers defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
7 yards there and a first down. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Throwing is McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Up the middle, Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a 2nd and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Achane gets it from the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Shorts on the reception over the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. A give left side. Here's Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's McCarthy. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 3rd down, Achane. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Oh, they're changing this at the line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive.
Tracy, set. 49's down. 22 Rita. Mike zero. Mike zero. Hey, let's go.
In motion, the tight end.
Let's go.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Like 54, like 54. Diamond.
Levis sets up to throw here. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, McCarthy. Shorts has got him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10. McCarthy off the play fake. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Looking to throw McCarthy. Throw caught by Achane. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. They'll go. Achane. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
In motion left goes Watson. Levis to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Bo Melton, 81 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
49, Mike 49.
That's caught at the 2. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. To the air with McCarthy. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. X24 Linda, sack Green T, Green. On. Canada.
In motion left goes Watson. Now Levis. He'll buy some time right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Slide! Here we go, here we go, here we go. Tonight. Zero's down, right down, 49 Rita.
Working from the gun. Here's Levis. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tracy, tonight.
Levis back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tony Pollard from 17 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. On the handoff, it's Achane. They find some open field here. Down the left sideline. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
4:55
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
Mike 54. Yeah, Mike 54.
Levis looking to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Levis, he's going to audible to something else. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Mike 49. Mike 49.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. Levis. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Mike 13. Mike 13.
Here's Levis. He's able to find Melton. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Levis from the gun. This pass complete to Melton. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. There we go. And 24 Linda, black green, green.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Like 54. 40 Rita. On.
Here we go, 4th down, Levis. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. This time, the extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. He'll dump this off to Achane. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 3. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Shorts on the reception over the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Hold on, like 90. Heroes down, 90 down, 49 Rita.
Levis sets up to throw here. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Like 90, like 90. Hand up. 20 Rita. 22 Linda, 22 Linda.
In motion left goes Watson. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 4th down, Levis. And he is caught. He'll have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Packers. Bo Melton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Looking to throw McCarthy. Out route to Hill, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Quay Walker able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Here's McCarthy. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37.
Now McCarthy.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That's good for 28 yards.
just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
19 tight. Set go.
To the air with McCarthy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 10 yards out.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now down to 20.
Dolphins 14.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Like 13.
Levis looking to move him around a bit.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
3rd down and 10.
The slot man in motion right.
Now Levis. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Levis throwing for it on 4th.
He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw.
McCarthy right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Mike zero.
Levis back to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Down, 22 Rita.
Slot man moves right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And that is incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 18-yard line. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Next to score, Packers 34, Dolphins 21. Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Like 54, like 54 Rita. What? Diamond.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Mike 13.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA.
Mike 49.
They'll send Watson in motion right. Back to throw, it's Levis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Mayday. And 24 Linda, back to the team, Green.
The slot man in motion right. Levis. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here we go, 4th down, Levis. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go, sack 60.
McCarthy off the play fake. And his throw here is incomplete.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Finding Shorts complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. Levis out of the shotgun now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Levis from the gun. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
22 Linda, 22 Linda. Tracy, set. 49's down, 22 Rita.
They'll throw it again with Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Army.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Diamond. Hey, mayday.
In motion left goes Watson. Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 21 yards away.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. That's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
It's complete, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Throwing is McCarthy.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Hand up. Troy. Zero's down, 90 down, 49 Rita. Set.
Here's Levis.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here comes second down at 5. Again, it's Achane.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And they'll give this to Achane.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Back to throw.
This is caught by Waddle. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go, first and goal. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Mike 5-4. Odd, Mike.
Levis to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout.
Here we go. 20 Rita.
Here's Levis. This ball intercepted. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2.
And they will be at home for one next week again.